Sengoku Dynasty and the tips that you need to know before you start playing. Or, of course, if you are playing right now and fancy knowing a little bit more about the game, maybe you are close to beginning. Hopefully, these tips will help you out. Now, I'm about 50 hours in, and these are just a few different things that I kind of wish that I knew a little bit earlier in my game. Hello and welcome to the Freaky Kudos. I'm a monk, and today, yes, we are going to be doing a tips video for Sengoku. As you can see right now, I am in an enemy camp and we're doing a little bit of looting. Luckily, I managed to pick up a pretty decent sword from this location, actually using my bow. Tip number one would be don't worry about going to a compound with multiple enemies. A lot of the time you can draw the enemies away, take them on one by one, and very quickly a large overbearing compound can become an easy loot hoard for you. These enemies also will not come back if you're having to go home, heal up, come back, take out another couple of enemies. It's kind of season progression. So if you're in the same season trying to attack a compound, you should be absolutely fine. Tip number two, you may want yourself a little bit of storage that isn't associated with the dynasty storage. Of course, the dynasty storage is something that all your other villagers kind of pull from when it comes to food or anything else, really. But however, if you create this in your house, in your room, you'll be able to put whatever you want in here, and it will be personal storage. Tip number three, don't be afraid of stealing. Every now and again, you're going to be coming up to storage locations within other compounds, perhaps even the priestess, which is located not far from your starting village. You can take all the supplies here and no one gives a fluff whatsoever. And every now and again, those supplies do also restock. As you can see, I've already taken them in this video. Tip number four, I do apologize for this being a little bit dark, but at the beginning we did mention about taking on compounds in smaller doses. A great way of doing that is by using your bow to draw the enemies away. You can actually fire your bow while walking backwards as well. Just be mindful that the enemy will run very, very quickly. However, if you use your sprint animation, you can get away from them while using third camera to make sure you've got a decent enough gap for you to turn and then attack. Tip number four is that your shops do replenish after every single season. Now, when you very first start your game in your first starting village, not too far from you, we will have the priestess. We've already spoken about her. She is the first shop essentially that you have access to at the beginning of your game without exploring the map. Now, her shop inventory does reset every single season. When I first started playing, I didn't realize that the seasons changed so much about the game. Tip number five, when you build a house, any house, it does normally come with a number of beds. However, did you know that you can actually put down extra beds? Yes, that's right. If you go to your building menu, go to furniture, and of course go to house furniture, you will find a variety of beds that you can place. Any bed that you can place counts as another bed that you can assign to a villager. So therefore, you can take any house and bump up the amount of villagers you can keep. Tip number six is going to be Way of the Monk. Now, if you look at your ability settings or your perk points, you will very quickly realize that you need to earn an awful lot of experience in order to get some of those rather decent perks. Now, a little bit of not a cheat, but an exploit, I guess, into earning experience for Way of the Monk is essentially earning money. Yeah, that's right. The more money you earn, the more experience you'll get for Way of the Monk. So if you simply go find your shop vendors, sell them everything you possibly can, every trade that you make will unlock that experience. Tip number seven, your clothes matter. Now, yeah, we kind of want our character to look cool, but did you know that your clothes help not only keep you cool, but also keep you warm when the seasons change? Simple things like a decent hat or maybe even Your straw coat can make a difference from you overheating or freezing to death. When you very first start getting these season changes, it's going to be something about this game that you just not necessarily have noticed up until that point. I know the very first time that I had the winter kick round, I was a little bit confused as to why I was freezing. Tip number 8 is actually my favorite one because it's one that I just didn't even think about for the longest period of time. But did you know not only can you put down extra beds in buildings that are essentially allowed to have beds in, but you can also put down extra workstations. Yes, that's right. Simply go into whichever building you want to have the extra workstation, go to that building and put down another workstation. Now, when you go to put down another workstation, you will see a grid format, exactly the same as you did with the beds. Now, you can put down as many workstations as you want, essentially meaning you don't have to create those extra production buildings, and you can straight assign extra workers to those workbenches, doubling your workforce in many cases. This is a really good idea if you want a lot of resources but don't necessarily have enough space to put extra buildings down. Tip number 9 is about making money. Making money is really important in this game, especially at the beginning of your game. The easiest thing you can probably make is a stone knife. It's probably the cheapest thing that you can make for actual profit. It requires very little resources to do so. However, you can only carry a certain amount of them within your inventory. I personally like to do something like food because food typically stacks and therefore you can carry more of it. So essentially find whatever you can make the most of, the quickest, and then sell it in bulk. Don't forget these shops do reset every single season, so something like food can work out really well. Another great source of income will be the scrolls that you can collect from defeated enemies. You can actually sell these to bounty hunters as well, making an awful lot more money than the actual value selling them to a regular shop. Tip number 10 is going to be about combat. Don't be afraid of combat. Combat in this game is rather simple. However, you can be left short very quickly, very easily if you don't watch your stamina. Managing your stamina means you will win every single battle that you go into. And again, don't forget to block. My God, it is so important. Sometimes these guys unleash some unreal combinations, but if you manage to just block it right at the beginning, it's going to do absolutely nothing to you apart from take away that stamina. Don't forget, attacking enemy camps also means you can find refugees that you can then recruit to your village as well. Tip number 11 is, did you know that you can actually get married in this game? Now, when I very first played this game, and I do mean play the game for like 30, 35, 40 hours, I did not know you could actually get married. It was a quest line I just didn't see. You do have to jump through an awful lot of hoops. It is rather expensive, as marriages often are, but it does lead to you having an actual dynasty. This is a dynasty game after all, so you having an heir does make sense. In other words, you can also have children, of course, from your spouse. So look for the spouse whenever you feel like you have the resources to do so, because it is going to take an awful lot of effort in order to pull off. But it's a perk that I just didn't know this game had, and it's one that I actually really love that I've discovered. But I got to admit, the 5,000 gold it costs in order for you to get married is ridiculous, especially in order to just, have a girlfriend. It only costs like 20 flowers. Tip number 12, you will very quickly discover that certain things can only be unlocked once you have liberated different areas. Now, as you can see on the map, I have liberated this area, your starting area. Now, there are requirements that you need to complete in order to fully liberate an area. Often you need to take out an enemy camp, a certain number of rebels, and of course complete a construction as well. Some of these things can be really easy to do. The very first starting location, I believe you only need to take out the rebel leader and a number of rebels as well. But it's something to think about, and it also gives you a good amount of focus in order to unlock some of those more interesting parts about this game. Tip number 13 is actually an embarrassing confession. I played this game for a long time before I realized that you could do this. I quite often went into different buildings, different things, completing different recipes, wondering when I was going to unlock something. But it turns out you can unlock a lot in this game simply by purchasing the recipe from wherever you are trying to craft it. As you can see right here within this cooking pot, I have a couple of recipes that I can unlock simply by purchasing it. Something I just completely overlooked. I didn't bother reading, but it's something that I kind of feel like needed to be pointed out. But perhaps you're better than me and actually read the text on the screen. Tip number 14 is a simple one. You are what you eat. Yes, that's right. If you eat better quality food, you will have more stamina. And of course, stamina is key in this game. You need it for oh so much of this game. So the better quality food that you eat, the more stamina you have. Also, if you eat the highest quality food, you will unlock an achievement. Tip number 15, tools. Now, the higher quality tools that you have, the better, because you'll be able to do an awful lot more with them. In other words, you'll be able to harvest more things with better quality tools. Now, that goes double for your villagers as well. Now, as we already know, assigning villagers to workstations can mean that you're going to be getting an awful lot of production done without you having to do it yourself. But if you give them better quality tools, they're then going to be getting more and more items from the things in a day that you have them working on. So always give them the best tools you have available. Tip number 16, bow towers. Bow towers can be really useful in a game. You can use them for fast traveling. I would advise you build one as soon as possible. There is an early game mission in order for you to build a bow tower. However, you can skip it and just avoid that for a long possible time. However, it does enable you to fast travel between all of the different locations that you meet and that you find within your game. And you can put down bow towers in a lot of different places. So check that out. Tip number 17, I am always looking for refugees, always. I'm always looking for my village to grow, and sometimes I find it really hard to find them. But did you know that every season that passes, you get refugees pop up in this little village? Now, there is a total of 4 of them typically every single season, and you can recruit them every single time. It's kind of crazy. It's something that I didn't realize that you could do. I didn't realize it happened every single season, but it's something that can be rinsed and repeated. Now, here we are on the map. I'm not going to butcher the pronunciation of this village. I trust you already know the location. Tip number 18 is contradictory to the last tip. I wouldn't necessarily expand your village as quick as you can. The more you expand your village, the more your villagers need stuff from you. They need food, they need heating, they need drinks, they need security, they need medicine. Sometimes they even need guidance. The more people you have in your village, the more complicated balancing the requirements of your village can be. So be careful about expanding too fast, too quickly. But I think that about does it for this video, guys. 18 tips. Let me know if one of them helped you. If it did help you out, if you didn't know it beforehand, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and of course, comment your own tips on this video down below just to help the community grow and learn together. We also do have an active and growing Discord. You'll find the link for that down in the description of this video. It'd be great to have more people in the Discord who are playing this game currently. But until next time, I've been Mark, you've been Chris at Curious, and I will see you in the next video real soon. Until then, take it easy, and of course, happy gaming.